Well, in other news this morning, it was 20 years ago that a team of 6 men from 6 different countries and their 42 sled dogs completed the first ever dog sled crossing of the Antarctic continent. The expedition was led by Minnesotan Will Steger. The group traveled nearly 4,000 miles in 7 months, and temperatures dropped as low as -54 degrees. But an expedition like this could not even happen today. Not only have dogs been banned from Antarctica, 2 of the ice shelves, which took nearly a month to cross, no longer exists. And on this anniversary weekend, Will Steger is here. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yep.
I do think it is remarkable that the anniversary of this great expedition happened yesterday. Your thoughts on that?
Well, we had a public event, which of course canceled, but we were all holed up in the embassy suites by the airport. The planes, of course, couldn't get out yet last night, so we were all together an extra day. So storms like this are pretty common to us. Actually, we call this a warm weather storm. A
warm weather storm. Well, I mean, we're talking about wind chills, below zero. You had temperatures -50. I mean, how is it possible to survive that month after month?
Well, we had actually 60 days of storms, and we had laid out our food caches the year before, and some of these food caches we couldn't find. So we were actually forced to travel in these storms. Wind chills 100, 110 below zero. So traveling in storms are pretty common to us. Being in a hotel during the storm was pretty nice, pretty ironic too.
Okay. One of the things obviously that people are focusing on is that you couldn't do this today because some of these shelves that you crossed, giant, huge areas of ice are no longer there.
Well, climate change is changing everything in the polar regions. In the Arctic, the Larsen A and B ice shelf, which you mentioned took about 30 days to cross, that is disintegrated. That's now open ocean. So the exact route we took, you couldn't take anymore because it's ocean instead of 1,000 feet of ice. And then they banned dogs in Antarctica in 1993, so you couldn't go back. So our expedition in the Amundsen, Norwegian, who first made the pole almost 100 years ago, we were the only dog sled expeditions to make it.
There's some great pictures there. Is that a dog?
Yeah, that's a typical storm. A lot worse than we had today. Maybe not as much snow, but more wind and severe wind chills. We use the warm gloves. We use mucklucks, Steger mucklucks I wear in the city, and we wear in the Arctic, same thing to keep our feet warm, and big gloves like this. The dogs are tailor-made for the super cold weather that we had.
And why were the dogs banned in the Antarctic?
They wanted to have ban all domestic animals, and they were afraid the dogs might contaminate the seals, hepatitis for one, and so that we were part of history in that, shortly after our expedition, that now there's no longer any domestic animals, alive animals, that is.
All right. Well, listen, Will Steger, thank you so much for joining us, and certainly congratulations on this great anniversary, and obviously something to think about, that you couldn't do it again.
Nope. We enjoyed the storm, so
all right.
Everybody's getting off. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.